But I think a lot of times what happens in business, and a lot of times what I've observed happening in businesses, is people will be coming at it from an ethical standpoint, in that they're believing that they want to put some good into the world, but somehow that can all go out the window when you start a business, because business has a different model and people can start acting in ways that aren't full of integrity, that can be a bit ruthless or dispassionate or just, not in alignment. And I think when you're dealing with high vibrational things, which I'm presuming everyone in this room is here because you're interested in doing a business that isn't just the 3D mundane reality, but you're interested in putting something more into the world, you've got to be aligned with those values in everything you do, because it's not going to work, Actually, I should have bought them today, but one of the most popular brands of raw chocolate is called Sacred Chocolate. I don't know if you know it. It's like a heart-shaped chocolate. It's made in the States. Actually, David Wolf started the company, along with a guy called Steve Adler, Sacred Steve. And I interviewed with him. I do a lot of interviews. If you want to look it up, you can find it on the Raw Living website. If you look under the Sacred Chocolate, you can listen to the interview. And I said to him, look, Steve, you make probably the best raw chocolate in the world. How do you think it comes to be that, what is your secret? Why are you making such good chocolate? And he said something which I repeat often now, because I think you can apply it to so many different areas of life, not just chocolate making, not just food production, although it specifically applies well here. But he said it's three things. It's source, process, and intention. So he said, do you source the best raw materials? Do you start with the best raw materials in the first place? So that's something we really do in Raw Living. We want to offer you the very best hemp seeds, the very best chia seeds, the very best goji berries, the very best maca that we can, the very best cacao that we can for the a price that's acceptable. So it's really important to us to source what's best on the market and offer that to you. And then process, he said, how do you put it together? What is your process in putting it together? How do you actually make a product out of this? So, obviously now, just with the superfoods, because they're so popular, is the packaging is the thing that kind of sets it apart. And we haven't got the superfoods with us today, but we do have this really beautiful packaging that I'm so proud of. So it's the process of how we've decided to package that and offer it in a way that we hope people will feel, when I open my cupboard, and obviously I'm very grateful to have such ready access to all these things, and I open my cupboard and there's like 20 different superfood packets there, and they're all different colours of the rainbow, and it makes me so happy to see all those packets there. So that's what we want, for you when you're in the store, when you're opening your cupboard at home, is to feel like uplifted by that rainbow of packaging in your cupboard. And then also I write funny little things on the back of the packets, because we're not allowed, again, I won't go into the EU thing unless you want me to in a bit, but there's a lot of EU regulations that really, actually maybe we should go into this because it might be interesting for some of you if you are doing food businesses, but there's a lot of EU regulations that really inhibit and limit and restrict what we're able to do with our business, and I find it really upsetting, primarily because most people don't realise the extent to which we don't have freedom around this stuff. We're really heavily censored. And we're not allowed to sell what we want, we're not allowed to share the information that we want to share. So because we can't say, maca gives you energy, that would be against the law to say that, even though it does. I have a little saying, I think the maca one is about Father Christmas, and Father Christmas takes maca, and how else do you think he'd managed to deliver all the Christmas presents? Am I right? So I have a little joke kind of thing, usually kind of fairy tale, it's pixies or unicorns or something. I can't think of another one off the top of my head. There's one about, I can't remember. So you've got source, process, and then intention, and I personally believe that the intention behind what you do things is the most important ingredient in the puzzle, and that most people neglect that one and they put that one at the bottom of the list in terms of the success of your business, but actually the intention behind what you're doing and keeping that intention alive and keeping that intention at the forefront of everything you're putting out into the world is really, really key. And I think that's what people pick up on a really subliminal, subconscious level, but when they're looking at your product, your business, your service, whatever it is you're offering, they're really getting a feel for, I was saying this to someone, I forget the conversation we were having, we were talking about doing events, And so is my friend who's a yoga teacher, and she's got a retreat in Ibiza coming up in September. And she said we've only got 7 bookings, which I actually think is really good. 7 bookings when it's in September, because it's still people book last minute for everything nowadays. And she was saying, her partner was considering cancelling. But I'm like, when people look at your event, you're picking up the flyer, you're picking up the postcard, you're looking at the website, whatever it is, and subconsciously you're tuning in, like, what is the energy? You're probably not doing this on a conscious level, no one does it on a conscious level, but you're tuning in, what is the energy of this offering? What is the energy of this business, this service? Is this something I feel aligned with? Is this something I feel like I want to step into? Is this something I want in my life? Is this something I want to affiliate myself with? And everything that's gone into creating that business is in its like energy field, if you like. And so you're feeling into it. Is this something that resonates with me? And that's why, when you look at the superfoods, you can go into the shops now, and there's maybe in a health food store there might be 4 different brands of maca, and they're all sustaining. All those businesses sustaining because they've all got different energies behind them, and someone's going to resonate with that one and go, this is the one for me, and someone's going to feel into that one and go, this one feels right for me. So in terms of maca is a really good example, because basically all with something like goji berries or hemp seeds, there is a difference in quality quite a lot of the time, and there is much better goji berries and not so good goji berries. There's much better hemp seeds and not so good hemp seeds, but maca's maca basically. So if it was just a question of buying a product, there'd just be one company, everyone would be going to that one company, but people feel like, this company suits me better, this company suits me better. So all the intention you're putting into your business along the way, all the thoughts, all the belief systems behind it are all creating that end result that then someone wants to buy into. And so the intention behind it being a really positive, clear and defined intention, I think, is really important. And having that intention too, which I don't know a lot about what Steve does, but what I've got from it is that everyone's here because they want to put something good into the world. You want to create a better world. That's like the ethos of it, right? It's like, how do we create the world we want to live in? How do we create the world we want to see ourselves? How do we go about doing that ourselves? And so by having that clear, defined intention in your business, I think that's a really powerful thing. And that's what I'm saying, you have to be in alignment with that, because when you're when you're working on a high vibration level, things materialise and dematerialise much quicker.
Happy days. So big hand for Kate Magic, everyone.